value with diagram paper. For installing the dampening solution pan, you have to lift up the dampening roller. The pan is guided by lateral rails. The value of the dampening solution container is put in the opening of the dampening unit guard. The amount of dampening solution is set via a turning knob. Depending on the type of plate or during long production hours, it may be necessary to readjust the amount of dampening solution. The press has to be in production mode when starting up inking. Turn the lever all the way up and start setting an equal inking profile. The ink fountain is equipped with a laser slit ink knife, which is divided into 15 ink zones. Precise inking that is free of side effects can be set via the adjusting levers. Turn on the ink ductor to start the ink flow. It is better to start with only a little bit of ink. Turn the ink ductor off again. Now you can set the ink zones to the amount of ink required for the printing image. The ink zones have to be closed in areas where no ink is needed. When setting up a new job, it is recommended to start with high ink fountain roller strokes and only small openings of the ink zones. You will quickly achieve an ink-water balance if you pre-ink the dampening unit. The pressure between blanket and impression cylinder has to be adapted to the different stock. This pressure is set with the socket wrench according to the stock thickness. The range of adjustment has been predefined from 0.04 up to 0.3 millimeters or 0.0016 up to 0.012 inches. For pre-selecting the run length, you have to press the delete button. Please remember that the press can only be started if the run length has been defined. You have loaded the feeder, mounted the plates, prepared the inking and dampening units, and entered the run length. Turn on the waste sheet counter and start printing the first test sheets with the green button for production run. First of all, you should check the correct position of the printing form. It is best to use a ruler to measure the sheet. The lateral register is adjusted at the feeder. By turning the adjusting wheel during the machine run, the sheet can be adjusted sideways toward the printing image by plus or minus 2.5 millimeters or 0.1 inch. The circumferential register is set via a turning knob at the delivery. Now you can print the second test sheet and check your corrections. Please take a very close look at the register. Via the upper turning knob, the second printing unit can be set laterally toward printing unit 1 by plus minus 2 millimeters or 0.008 inches. The second printing unit can also be adjusted circumferentially by plus minus 2 millimeters or 0.008 inches. You only have to push the lower adjusting knob. If the diagonal position of the printing image is not correct, which means that the front part of the sheet is aligned correctly, but the back is not, it can be adjusted by a diagonal register adjustment. Just press the button for diagonal register adjustment, and the plate cylinder will move into the correct position. Open the top guard. You can now adjust the plate diagonally with the operator tool. Close the guard again and clean the blanket. After printing a few sheets, you should check the register again. The position as well as the register of the printing form are now exactly aligned. Slight inking adjustments can also be done now. It's very helpful to also check the register when processing multicolor jobs. After having adjusted the image, you should print about 20 sheets. Reload these 20 sheets in the feeder. Run them through the press again without changing any adjustments. The image of the middle 16 sheets should match exactly. This shows that you have aligned good sheet-to-sheet register. If the image has shifted, it is best to check all feeder adjustments again. They should not be changed during the production run, however. It is best to check the printed sheets again after having finished make ready. The last ink adjustments can be done now. Turn on the powder spray device to prevent ink layoff. And start the production run with the green button. After about 5 startup sheets, you turn off the waste sheet counter and the production run begins. While the whole run is produced, you should compare the inking again with your OK sheet. The register should also be checked again from time to time. The press will stop automatically as soon as the pre-selected run length has been produced. Clean the blanket and lower the delivery pile. For cleaning the inking unit, you have to install the wash-up blade. In order to clean inking and dampening unit together, you have to remove the dampening solution container and the dampening solution pan. Push down the dampening roller to connect inking and dampening unit. Dampening solution container and dampening solution pan also have to be removed from printing unit 2. Insert the thinner wash-up blade in printing unit 2. In order to connect the inking and dampening unit, you have to turn the lever at the dampening unit up. Remove the ink from the ink fountain. Swing off the ink fountain and remove the side plates for cleaning. Now, carefully spray some wash-up solution on the rollers. You will set the wash-up blade to the inking unit by pulling the lever. Please regularly apply wash-up solution until the rollers are clean. Switch off the wash-up blade and stop the press. Ink residues at the fountain can be wiped off with a cloth. Swing off the ink fountain roller and bring the fountain back into position. The wash-up blade should be removed every day and the rubber strip should be cleaned. Afterward, the impression cylinder needs to be cleaned with a cloth drenched in wash-up solution. Circumferential, lateral, and diagonal register adjustments should be turned back into their zero position. You now have the press all prepared for the next job. Regular maintenance is essential in order to ensure long press life and high availability of the press, as well as consistently high print quality. The following aspects are very important. The sheet monitoring device is located in front of the forwarding roller shaft. The clamp fixing has to be loosened in order to clean the sensor. The upper part of the casing can now be removed from the holder. The sensor, as well as the light barrier, should be cleaned regularly with a dry cloth. The light barrier in the lower part of the casing can be cleaned with a cotton swab or compressed air. There's a little recess in the guide plate. Every 3 months, you should apply some oil there in order to also grease the gears of the sheet arrival control. The forwarding rollers should be loosened for cleaning. Clean their surface regularly to remove paper dust and possible ink residue. Drench a cleaning rag in wash-up solution. Open the upper guard. The bearers of plate and blanket cylinders should be cleaned every day. For cleaning the plate cylinder of Printing Unit 2, the complete set of rollers has to be removed. Please clean the pressure rollers as well if required. Reinstall the rollers. There are 2 lateral sealings in the first dampening unit. These should be removed regularly for cleaning. Please close the upper guard again. For cleaning the blanket wash-up device, the guard has to be opened and the whole device needs to be removed from the press. To achieve best wash-up results, the felt should be replaced from time to time. Push in the pins on both sides and you can separate the wash-up pan from the wash-up roller. Cleaning the wash-up pan is very easy.